Have you ever felt stuck? Unable to start a task, paralyzed by the quest for perfection? If so, this video is for you. Today, we're diving deep into a concept that might be your key to breaking free from the shackles of perfectionism. Intentional imperfection. Perfectionism. It's often considered a virtue, a trait of high achievers, but when it mutates into an obsession, it can be debilitating. It's the persistent voice that whispers it's not good enough. You're not good enough even when you've given your all. So how can we silence this voice? The most destructive part of perfectionism is its ability to cause paralysis, where the fear of not being perfect stops you from starting. You may find yourself procrastinating, stuck in a loop of inaction because you're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect skills to start. But let's be honest, perfection in its absolute form is unattainable. It's like being stuck in quicksand. The more you struggle for the perfect plan, the deeper you sink into inaction. To pull ourselves out, we need a lifeline, and that's where intentional imperfection comes in. Intentional imperfection might sound like an oxymoron. Why aim for imperfection? The answer lies in the freedom it grants us. This concept revolves around giving yourself the permission to do something imperfectly. By allowing ourselves to make mistakes, we break free from the chains of perfectionism and open doors to action, creativity, and growth. So, how do we apply this in real life? Let's explore some scenarios. Imagine you've been putting off writing a book. The thought of not producing a masterpiece holds you back. Here, embrace the idea of writing a bad first draft. You can set a timer and write non-stop without editing, letting the thoughts flow freely. It's not about writing a bad book, but about starting the journey. The first step is always the hardest, and by giving yourself the freedom to write it imperfectly, you break the ice. Let's consider another scenario. Think about your professional life. Have you ever felt frozen in place when tasked with creating a project plan, every detail needing to be perfectly laid out from the start? Have you experienced the mounting pressure of drafting an email to a client, each sentence dissected and rehashed to ensure flawless communication? In these instances, the practice of intentional imperfection can be your catalyst. Begin by writing a very rough project plan or a bare-bones email draft. Accept that it's far from perfect. Maybe the plan lacks precise timeframes or the email isn't eloquently worded yet. The key is to start somewhere, creating a base that you can refine and improve upon. As you keep working on your initial draft, it will get better and better. Before you know it, you'll have made progress, moving away from the standstill caused by your pursuit of perfection. Or perhaps you're a student, overwhelmed by the pressure to perfectly understand every concept for an exam. Instead, start by understanding the broad concepts. Accept that you might not get every detail right on the first go. Then, gradually delve into the details as you review and revise. In each of these examples, the common thread is starting imperfectly and improving over time. This approach can make the process less daunting and more enjoyable, leading to consistent effort and eventual mastery. The benefits of embracing intentional imperfection are manifold. It reduces the anxiety and stress associated with perfectionism. It fosters a growth mindset focusing on learning and improvement rather than achieving flawless results. It encourages action, helping you overcome procrastination. And perhaps most importantly, it liberates you from the fear of failure and judgment. Incorporating intentional imperfection into your life is a journey. Start small. Choose one area of your life where perfectionism holds you back and commit to doing it imperfectly. It could be writing a rough first draft, or sketching a rough drawing, or playing a piece of music with mistakes. Acknowledge that it's not perfect, and that's okay. Celebrate the fact that you've made a start, that you've taken a step forward. With time, as you witness the transformative power of this approach, you'll find it easier to incorporate this concept into various aspects of your life, tearing down the barriers erected by perfectionism. However, there are potential challenges and misconceptions. You might fear judgment from others. Keep in mind, every expert was once a beginner, and the truth is, people are often preoccupied with their own challenges and growth to focus on critiquing yours. It's also crucial to understand that intentional imperfection isn't a ticket to laziness. It's not about doing things badly for the sake of it. It's about overcoming the barrier of perfectionism that prevents you from starting. The aim is still to improve and strive for excellence. But by starting imperfectly, you're giving yourself the chance to learn, grow, and get better, without the paralyzing pressure of having to be perfect from the outset. Another common misconception is that adopting intentional imperfection means giving up on having high standards. This isn't the case. You can still strive for excellence. However, intentional imperfection helps you understand that excellence is a journey. It's about continual improvement and growth, rather than a static state of being perfect. As we continue to explore the nuances of intentional imperfection, let's journey across the globe to Japan, where a philosophy deeply resonates with our discussion. Known as Wabi Sabi, this concept cherishes the beauty found within imperfection and impermanence. It illuminates life's transience, uncovering elegance in the imperfect, the unfinished, and the fleeting, much akin to our exploration of intentional imperfection. Wabi Sabi is embodied in the Japanese art form of Kintsugi, where broken pottery is repaired with golden lacquer. This practice doesn't aim to hide the history of the object, but instead highlights its scars, celebrating them as an integral part of its existence. The golden seams don't merely restore functionality. They elevate the beauty of the piece, symbolizing resilience and rebirth. This echoes our journey with intentional imperfection, where our imperfections aren't obstacles to hide or overcome, but unique aspects of our identity that enhance our personal growth and character. Having seen how the philosophy of Wabi Sabi can add depth to our understanding, let's now explore some valuable resources to further guide your journey with intentional imperfection. The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown. This book explores the concept of embracing our imperfections to cultivate a more compassionate and accepting life. How to Be an Imperfectionist by Stephen Guise. This book provides practical strategies to break free from the chains of perfectionism. Remember, the journey to overcoming perfectionism is unique for everyone. These resources are a good starting point, but find what resonates with you and aids your personal journey. In conclusion, intentional imperfection is not about settling for less. It's about starting, progressing, and growing. It's about breaking free from the paralysis of perfectionism and embracing the beauty of growth and learning. So, here's a challenge for you. Find one thing today that you've been holding back on because of perfectionism and do it imperfectly. Remember, progress, not perfection, is the key. So, let's celebrate the beauty of our imperfections and remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single imperfect step. It's not about being perfect, it's about being better than you were yesterday. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and most importantly, keep embracing the beautifully imperfect journey of life.